Now let's have a look at much more granular targeting options. Facebook calls this detailed targeting. You can either type in a keyword and search for it or browse the different options. For now, I'll browse first to get an overview of the choices that we have here. First, you can narrow your audience through demographic targeting. This allows you to reach people based on education, employment, household, and lifestyle details. Click on this little arrow to see all the different options that you have. Now you can further drill down to find your exact target audience. Let's click on education, for example. Here you can select the education level from a list or search for the field of study or a specific school. If you see something that is relevant for you, just click on it. I'm selecting people with a college degree. The second detailed targeting option you have is interest targeting. This allows you to reach audiences by looking at their interests, activities, the pages they have liked, and closely related topics. If you drill down to the choices here, you can see the wide range of options that you have. You can, for example, target people interested in, let's say, TV comedies. Similarly, you can also target people by their behaviors in Facebook and in the offline world. The information is provided by partners of Facebook. So if you browse the list here, you can see this can be anything from having an anniversary in the near future, over here, what causes people to donate their money to, or what kind of travel they are interested in. For any of these detailed targeting categories, you can also search for keywords instead of browsing the lists. This way you can target even narrower audiences. So maybe instead of targeting people who like TV comedies in general, you want to target people who like a specific show. Then just type in the name of the show, for example, The Simpsons, and pick the right item from the list. It is important to note that right now I would target people who fulfill my location, age, gender, and language preferences, and who match at least one of my detailed targeting criteria. So if someone is either a college grad or interested in The Simpsons or TV comedies in general, they would be targeted. If instead I want to target college grads who also like The Simpsons, I have to use the narrow audience function. Let's delete both interest targeting options first by clicking on the little X here. And then we click on the narrow audience button down here. And then we type The Simpsons into this box. You will now see that the headline above this section says, and must also match at least one of the following. If you wanted to narrow down this audience even further, you could click on narrow further down here and add more criteria. Similarly, you can click on exclude people and define criteria you want to exclude. Your last targeting option here is targeting people by connections. If you click on this drop down here, then you can see the three options that you have here. You can target people who like your Facebook page or who use your app. And you can also exclude these people or target the friends of these people, which can be helpful if you want to target new users. If you want to advertise in an event, you can also target your ad to those who have already responded or exclude those who have already responded. Once you're all done defining your target audience, click on Save this audience. And what you will see is a summary of your targeting criteria. Give it a name and save it for later. You might have noticed that we have not yet defined the target audience for One Dog Woof. You're going to do this in the next quiz.